Hi, everyone. Lovely to be back here this evening. I had a week out. I was moving house, so it didn't really go with the energy that's needed to link with spirit. But we're here tonight, and the flocks are coming in from all direction to join us this evening. So once we get a few people on, we'll get started. But it's a strange thing when you're moving house. You're having to let go of things, and isn't that what life is about? Because you constantly are changing, and as you change, it means there's a letting go in that process. So it's therapeutic, a stressful therapeutic, put it that way. But nevertheless, it is something when afterwards you look back and you think, okay, there was no need for all these extra things that we hold on to that we think our life depends on. So that's why I say it is therapeutic. Our lives is made up very much of things that we don't need a lot of, but then there is the precious memories that goes with things. That's precious. I was talking the other day about a little gift my granddaughter gave me some years ago. She's 14 now. She was only 4 when she gave it to me, and it was a little box, a matchbox, with a piece of paper tied around with a string around it, and inside, written on the piece of paper that was on it, is when you have this little box, you know that you always have a big hug from me. And those are the things that are priceless, and those are the things that you don't want to let go of. I've taken that box on all my travels, which has been many over the years, and so it's lovely. I'm going to start because I have someone here that is a bit impatient, and so we'll see where we go with it. As you start joining me, they might calm down. I have a gentleman that wants to link with his daughter. This gentleman is quite a lively man. As I said, impatient would be the proper way of saying that he's here. He is a bundle of energy, and it's an energy that's quite restless energy. And I feel that was what he was like. He didn't have patience, but he was impatient with people as well. And he's saying that if I said different, you wouldn't recognize me. So I feel with this gentleman, I feel it was a heart condition. And I feel with him, it was angina or something to that effect. It was a long-term heart condition. And I also feel, as I'm linking with him, that there is 3. He's talking about 3 in the family. So either he was one of 3, or 3 is significant family-wise with this gentleman. I also feel that he has to come along at this time and bring it back in memory. We're heading into the middle of March, indeed, which is hard to believe. And hi, Sharon. Sounds like your dad. Lovely. Yeah. I think you would recognize him by the impatience he's saying. Because he didn't want me sitting back waiting on a name to come up. He just said, get on with it. I feel with him, he would understand the 3, significant of 3 in the family. I feel with him there was a child in spirit before him. And I feel that while he had that impatience, there's that love that's coming across. That's something, it's from the heart. He wasn't a man to express it, but he knew it. He just knew it on it was his beautiful eyes. He's the most entrancing eyes, that this is the way you would know what he was, what he was thinking, what he was feeling. I hope that makes sense to you at the moment, Sharon, because as I'm saying it, he wants to share that with you at the moment, because it has been a tough year, and he's not talking about just this year. He's talking about over the last 12 months. He wants to send healing to you, because he says that because of what you've been through, there's a need for you to be to focus on building yourself back up. I'm very aware that he's working from the spirit side for a few members of the family that are in need of healing at the minute. I feel with that, he's gone totally the opposite now. He's gone very calm. I feel with him that he would have loved the garden. He would love, we have a saying here in Ireland, futhering. I don't know whether you would recognize that, but it's like going out and doing things with no plan, just let things evolve. Sharon, if you could just realize how much he's present with you. Because as I say, he turned there from being that high energy, he just turned into that beautiful calm. And that was about that love that was coming through from him. There is a significant date around now. He's saying the 14th. I don't know whether you can take that if it's within. Dan is Irish, so what would I expect? It is funny with spirit communicators. They do tend to connect with the Irish. I used to find that when I used to work in England in the churches. It would be an Irish communicator. They always, it's vibration. We see it's energy, and that's one of the things that is, how it works. It's all that energy is connected. I feel now, as I'm saying that, you would understand Danny Boy. The name Danny is significant, or he would sing Danny Boy. And I feel with that, you would have that booming voice that he would sing with. And I feel too that I'm not behind at coming forward to sing. He wouldn't mind. He could do it. Okay, he could do it. He wouldn't need the drink to do it. He would do it freehand. And I feel too with him. I can't remember the words of Danny Boy, actually. I used to know, but this thing up here doesn't work the best now. There's a significance about, because it's like there was a loss as an emigration. And I feel that's significant. That was a significant emotional pain for him. And if you think of what used to happen years ago in Ireland, there used to be called a party. It was called the Immigrants' Wake, because people left and were never to come back because it was too expensive and whatever. And that's part of it. So it's called a wake, as if the person had died. I feel with him that there is, as I said, probably he would be celebrating on the 17th, on St. Patrick's Day. I also feel there is a birthday around now, and that birthday, he will be celebrating on the birthday, just not alone. It's been Paddy's weekend. it'll be a celebration of a birthday. There is also, he's talking about, I mentioned earlier what he said about there was a few members of the family that was in need of healing. He's talking about a young person that at the moment is, there's healing coming in from the spirit world. A very sensitive young man, a young man that understands what spirit is and what the journey is about. For his young years, he actually has the old knowledge. So I feel there's a connection there with this young man as a grandson, because he just is. It's that lovely energy that's there. I'm also talking, right. I want to talk about David, and I want to talk. I'm giving the name the name of either Frank or Francie. Okay, I've got that name wrong. Either Francie. I'm just not getting it proper. You would understand a connection with in the broader picture of his life or your life, where these names come in. They just put in sometimes to bring that energy together in family and friends. I see too that there's a journey there's a journey being planned, and the plan for the journey is to meet up with family. So he's happy with that. Okay. And getting the month of April as well, and December has been significant for birthdays or passings. If you inquire about that, you will find that there's significant dates within those months. Okay. He wants you to look for a book. Okay, he says with this book, you'll know it because he'll take it into your awareness. That's all he's saying about it. But he wants you to look for a book. And okay, the book is very much relevant to what you want to do. It's like he's telling you there are things that you need to do for you, not for someone else, because he said that's your life is for someone else. This is about you and about your evolvement, not development, evolvement. Just look out for these books. Okay. He says you have the book. You don't have to go shopping for it. You have the book. Okay. There are when you open, I often think of when I find them taken in books from the spirit world. If you open a page and you read what you're drawn to, the first thing you're drawn to, there's a message in it. That's part of how spirit can inspire you and give you that message. He's talking about the robin at the back window. I'll leave you with that, with the love that he's come in with, because he changed from being a very active, hyper energy down into a very calm, very caring and loving. And he said, okay, I was coming to an end there, but he said, will you tell my daughter I'm sorry? And yeah, I remember when I see it, it's a lovely song, an eerie song if it's sung by some singers that have that eerie sound to it. Thanks, Stacey. But yeah, so It really is something. Stacey's busy there in the background. I'll leave you with his love. And thank you for working with me. Because there's a reason as well Stacey's putting up the words. Because there is a significance. And look after yourself. It's only when you look after yourself that you can help others. Bless you. And thank you, Sharon. Okay. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And just the love that came through from him there was just something else. Surprised me, actually, to be honest, because he just went from one level of energy to another. Yeah, but that's, that's spirit. They're here to surprise us at times. All right. Let me see now. Who have we got? Okay, there's another gentleman coming in. The song, come closer and listen. Never mind my singing. I'll keep up the day job, I think. But there is this gentleman. He came close first and then went back, but no, that's okay. This gentleman, I feel, also had a heart condition. I feel, again, it was a lengthy condition that he suffered from while he was here. I feel that, I feel there was surgery on this gentleman's heart, going back in time. I feel with that, he would have had quite a long hospital stay. There's the name of Anna he's given me. And I also want to, like it started off with the come closer, but I want to sing. I just want to sing with this man. He just wants that energy. He knows how. He's been here with you several times. It's part of his. He is well used to adapting his energy to come in, and that's the feeling I'm getting from him. There is there's connections with the States and Canada, and there's connections with Ireland as well. So I feel, I feel that this man came from a big family. He has brothers, sisters, you name it, in abundance. Can anyone understand this gentleman? If you come through and let me link with him for you. Yeah. There's no one recognizes this man. Can you take the rest, Alison? Because, as I say, a big family and connections across the pond, as we say. It would be significant with this gentleman because he has a large family connection. I also feel that you'd understand the name Jack, and I feel that Jack would be significant in a couple of generations. The name would have been coming in a couple of generations. Jack was a name that was given years ago to anyone that was a big family of 8. Yeah, I know what the big family of 8, where that comes in Ireland years ago. Family of 8 was considered a moderate family, but not in today's age. Not in today's age. You would understand him, Alison, being a quiet disposition. He would be the type of man that wouldn't always let you know what was going on in his mind. He had, they'd gone back, as I said, about heart condition. This gentleman had to have open heart surgery, or surgery around his heart, because what he's shown me is tubes, having tubes connected to them. And I feel that would have been, he went through life-changing situations in his life due to his heart. And that made him very reflective on life. He also, as I'm with him, he says, I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual, which is a very different Ireland and America. Stacey, okay. Can you understand? Okay, Stacey, that's, yeah, because I know there was I could see the scar on him, and he just was a bit agitated with tubes. That's what I'm feeling. Alison, just listen as well, because sometimes they come in with much the same. There is a sense of this man he actually didn't let people, as I said earlier, didn't let people know what was going on for him. He didn't know that people didn't know that he was ill in the first place, but he didn't share his feelings very much. There's that kind of, how would I call it, nearly withdrawal. He just didn't want to bother people. And that was hard for family to understand where he was, because it just wasn't, he wasn't able to communicate that. And I feel that comes, as he's saying that, I feel emotion coming in. Isn't Jack and, okay, Jake, okay, and it's Scottish for Jack. Yeah, I just feel this man, he had a lot of emotional pain when he was here. And he's at the stage where now he knows that it caused pain to others, if that makes sense to you, Stacey. It caused others stress and pain, because it was more or less because people didn't know how he was feeling, they couldn't give him the care that they feel they should have given. And that's the hard part. And he's saying he's sorry for that, because he knows everyone loved him. There has to be, I said, I think earlier on, yeah, if he was proud, and that's the hard part of we all have that in us. We all have that kind of stand back at times, and it can be difficult for family to recognize. I'm looking at they come back to the Jack and back to Jake and Jack. There is another Jack in the family as well. It's a name that has been repeated a couple of times, and it's interesting. I didn't know Jake was Jack because I have a grandson who's Jake, and I didn't realize because I have a Jack grandson as well. I'm here, sitting here, and I want to take the paper, and I want to open the paper and read it from cover to cover. And that's, for him, is something he just did to pass the time, because he said, I like what I'm reading. I like listening to reading I like reading current affairs. So he wouldn't be he'd be able to have conversations, but just didn't. There needed to be interesting conversations for him. That would be, that would be his way of, for, people, sometimes people read books or listens to music and does all those type of things. For him, the reading of the paper was his significant pastime that he loved. He's shown me an obituary column where there was a long obituary written about him, and he was proud of that. He would understand something to do with football. Either he was involved in a football team, or someone in the family was involved in a football team playing football. Because I'm just looking at him here, and he's smiling at me, but he's also, he says it's not, he says it's not him, but it's for what he's looking at, someone in the family that actually has done really well in football. Okay. There was, I feel as I'm with him here that while he had the double bypass, I feel his chest gave him a lot of discomfort even after his bypass, because I feel it was congestion. I feel things just didn't go as well as was expected, because there was damage done. There was other damage done. And I feel kidneys and that just didn't function properly. And it was due to the length of time that he was ill. I feel one of the things he would want to say is not to dwell on the past, because there's no point in dwelling on the past. He did. Okay. He did. And I feel that was something within the family, that he dwelled with past events, and lovely. And very proud, very, very proud that as he was reading, that was something that came through in what he was saying. Well done to your daughter. Well done. Great achievement, and great for young people, I feel, to be involved in sport. He wants to talk. Okay, your daughter has come into it now. You would understand that he's standing by her in decisions that she's making about her future. It's like she's at a cusp that there needs to be change. And he says, okay, stand up to the mark, because you're well fit. It's like there's indecision, but stand up to the mark and take your place. It's nearly in terms of the sport, but it's about life. It's about having the confidence and having the, you're able to, it's given that strength in making the decision. It's not a problem. Just do it. I also want to, I'm still with this young Jack in the family. I know you have Jake, but there's another Jack. Oh, yeah, bless her. Yeah, college choices, and then course choices that controls the college choices. Yeah, it is a difficult time. I know, going back years ago, there was only the few jobs that you pick from, and depending on where your family was from or what they did. Now there's such a vast range. So he's standing by her, and if it's to let her know that he's there, and that she can talk to him. Okay. Now, that's fine. Your grandson. If you look at Jake, young Jake, if you look at him, you can see your dad in him. This is where there is that very much, and what would you call it, duplication of energy in Jake, because he is young. Now, this Jake you're talking about would be very young, and that's where he pushed for that. He pushed to get that in because it just wasn't gelling with him. What I was saying, I feel there's a whole world out there for this young man. I'll say young man, this child, and he wants to say that he's there to work with him. Yeah, he is just, there's such a connection there. There is a very strong connection. I wouldn't be surprised if he would have expressed that he knew his granddad would be there, or his great granddad was with him. I wouldn't be surprised. But Stacey, you have the abundance of energy to give to people around you. That's fine, but just be aware of what your needs are, not always what other people's needs are. There's a balance. I always feel that's why our heart has the pink color and the green color. Green is for balance and the pink is the love. But the green comes in around the heart to give balance. And it is about looking after number one first, because that's when you're able to look after others. Thank you for working with me. And Alison, I hope that you got something, there was some of that message that actually resonated with you as well. Thank you for working with me. Okay. What do we see now? Where are we going now? There's, it must be Granddad's night out, because Granddad is in again. Okay. I feel with this gentleman, there was a lot of pains and aches. I feel his muscle, I feel his joints was very much affected. He had a walking stick. He had a walking stick, bit of a character now. He had a walking stick for some time, but how he'd say hello was he'd shake the walking stick. I feel with him, he lived in the countryside. I have him out living in country surroundings, so that there was people. He lived in a community where everyone knew everyone. I feel too with him. Okay, I feel there would be, again, must be large family night as well. There's a large family connected to this man, and he. Forgive me for any gentleman that's present, but he would be great at remembering birthdays, and he still is. He would remember the birthdays, and I know we often say, well, men will tell you too, it's just not women saying it, that they don't remember dates, but this man does. He wants as well to talk about things not being left as they should be. Okay. And I'm just feeling that this is this left a little bit of a journey where things wasn't finished and tied up properly before he left here. There's, as I'm with him here, there's a connection with either gasworks or coal mine. I'll tell you why of the two. I'm looking at steam going up into the atmosphere. And it's the vibration of gas that I'm getting. But that would happen from the coal mines as well. Can anyone understand this so far? It's a bit down the road when we're talking. Natasha, as I say, he came in, it was grandpa, as I say. You would understand the connection either with mining or with something to do with gas, because that's significant. You would also recognize that you would have had to change jobs in the last few months due to circumstances that was beyond your control. There was a lot of change for you. This is what he's telling me, and I feel too that as I say that, he wants as well to talk to you about. Dare I say this, about moving house. So there's someone very close to you moving house. Bless them. I did it last week, and I don't envy anyone moving house. But there's a significant person that is actually moved house or is moving. I feel too, I want as well to talk about all the change that's happened. It's like there's a current has come in and wiped all stability and all things. Stability is supposed to be the wrong word. Routine, that would be more, has literally wiped that away. So you're brought to a whole new area. That means you have to let go of things. I spoke in the beginning about letting go. And this is where he's coming in with that, oh, come on, it's okay, we'll get on with it. He'd be chirpy. He would have that bump energy. And I feel too that once you make the decision, you won't want to go back. That's something that your granddad is pushing on, that everyone has free will. Now, don't ever think you haven't. Spirit can say and give their view, but you have free will. But this man is very much about encouragement. He's very much about being in that space where everything's manageable. And it's so much so that as I look out where he's looking out, there is space, and there's community that actually pull together, and that is a major plus for anyone that's moving house or moving jobs, that you go into a place where if something is so definite there, something that is actually sitting there waiting. It's nearly like opening a door and seeing a scene out in front of you. There had to be, he's talking to about, okay, he was there for you in the last, he's going back 5 years. He's talking about health issues that you had. And he's talking about just not to let them happen again. That's, he's not saying anything, but he said, don't let them happen again, because the healing energy that he has about him is just, I can say, phenomenal, because it's oozing out of him. Okay, now Stacey, we'll have to come in with the words again. the Highlands, there's a song. What is it? You take the high road, I'll take the low road. That's it. I thought it was Highlands. he's singing that song here for me, and he's passing that on to you. There is, you take the high road, I'll take the low road. Yeah, I can't go any further with it. But there is a significance in that, is that there are they're there to help you and to give you the strength and sometimes the courage. Who is it that's studying or going back to studying? Because I'm seeing books, academic books in front of me here, and it's more or less saying, this is it. This is where I want to do more for my own purpose. There is there's two young people that's at the stage of making choices about their career, and that's the feeling I'm getting. He hasn't said it, but he opened up a book in front of me here, and that it just means that they're not finished studying yet, and that can be the bane of life when the study continues on, because it's a hunger that's there for knowledge, and it's it's something that is so real that they will make use of it. So just if you pass that on to them. I have for you, I just have that beautiful crocus. Crocus comes out in January. So January has to be significant with you. It just is that lovely flower that comes out through the hard times, breaks into flower at the toughest conditions that you could think of. And that is what he feels in you, that you've come through. You're blossoming now. I'll leave you with his love, and thank you for working with me. Yeah, these gentlemen are really something tonight. It must be the men's night out. So let's see who's going to come in next. Thank you, Natasha. Okay. It's a young man that's coming through this time. A young man that had an accident on a motorbike. A lovely, the low road in Albion, Scotland. I was thinking there was a connection with Scotland, but when I didn't know the words, there's no point. And Natasha, if you read the words again, think back when someone was writing these words. They were inspired, and the healing that came through the years by people singing these songs. But anyway, come back to this young man. Okay, it was a motorbike accident, nighttime. Okay, I'm feeling that there was that there was a vehicle involved as well, a car involved as well. I feel his passing wasn't instant. That it's family was around him when he passed. I feel too. I feel this is not that long ago, because I feel a rawness in the grief that's being felt at the minute. I feel okay. I'm getting the name that we'll never meet again on the Banny Banks of Loch Lomond. Yeah, beautiful. But again, it is Brittany. How are you? You can take a bicycle accident, you can take a vehicle as well, a car or a van. It's not a lorry anyway, I know that, because I'm just looking at the scene. A lovely young man, and I feel his hair was longish. As I'm looking at him here, I just see his hair, sandy coloured hair. I feel too with him, I have to be a young man, I feel in his late 20s, thereabouts. Late 20s, maybe early 30s, but I'm just getting the feeling it's late 20s. I'm feeling too that, okay. Brittany, I don't know where you're based, but there's a connection with mainland Europe, and I'm trying to get the location, but I feel that I'm not in either England, the UK or Ireland, if that makes sense to you. Right, what do we say? Does that make sense, Brittany? Boom, 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 boom. What is that about? Family had to be around this young man when he was passing, because that's what I say, it wasn't just an instant passing. Family is around, and he's talking about 3 being around him when he was passing. Yeah, I'm just not getting the vibration, Brittany. Can anyone understand this young man? As I say, it wasn't immediate passing from the accident. There would have been days, there would have been time for family to be around him. There's connection with mainland Europe. There is he's talking with 3 being around him. Natasha, can you understand everything else? Brittany, you're in the States. Okay. As I say, yeah, kind of, but he was 16. No, I don't feel he was that young. That's because he was more mature. This young man would have had sandy coloured hair. I can connect him with being abroad, and I say that because there's a connection with mainland Europe, and I feel with him that there was 3 people. If you go on Facebook user, if you go on StreamYard, we will be able to have your name rather than just using Facebook user, which is very impersonal. I feel with this young man, there's I don't feel it's a long time since he passed. I'm feeling the last 5-6 years, because I feel a lot of grief is still very, very in his late 20s and fair hair. That would be exactly the description. Also, as I say, time-wise, when he passed, and 3 people, right, Natasha? Just everyone listen, and you can feed it in, because sometimes they come in and there's one needs another, and that's the way they actually can bring their energy in to be able to let us know that they're here. You would understand that he didn't pass at the scene of the accident because, as I said, there's time for family to get together. There was also a great love of music, to the extent that I'm feeling him strumming the guitar. I feel with him there would be loads and loads of music in his room. That would be something. He would have had sheets of music. I feel too with him there has to be someone wrote a poem or a song for him for his funeral service. I feel that it was so significant that he actually felt it in the energy that he was in. He could actually feel how the words came across. I feel too with him there has to be a partner. He's talking now about a partner that he would have been very much feels that he didn't get saying what he wanted to say. There's either a sense of commitment that he wanted to make. That's the feeling I'm getting, that it's he didn't get the chance to make the commitment that he wanted to make. I feel too with him that I want to be. I loved the dancing when I was younger, and this is something that he can still. He's joking here that he can still do it. He can still go through the ritual of his dancing. I also feel with him that there are. Okay, you would understand. As I said, he talked about not making a commitment. There would be talk about either a brother or it's a male that's talking about getting married now. Very close connection to him. That's what I'm feeling. That's why I say brother or someone very close to him is talking about that same thing and making a commitment. And his reaction is, don't talk about it, just do it. And that's, this is where he's coming from, because where he feels that he didn't do what he wanted to do. There's someone doing heavy taxing exams at the present time. When I say that, I mean important exams that a lot of commitment to. And I feel with that, he wants to say that he's aware of the stress that it has put on this young person, because it's too much to even talk about here of how stressful it can be, all sitting on a final exam. I feel too that as I'm linking with him, there would be a sense of him being writing. And I'm going to. He put up an A4. That would be an A4 what would you call it? A writing pad. And that he did a lot of writing, but the writing was important writing, just not, just sake of writing. There was a story in it. You would understand him doing something, either research or history, writing it, putting it onto paper. Now, he's shown me in writing, which, is significant in what how he's putting that across. It's probably on a laptop or whatever. But he's shown me these pages of writing, and it's like there's something that is very significant about what he was doing. Important in the bigger sense of his life, that's there, that is still there to be worked on. I feel too there is a sense that there are a lot of this keeps coming back here to had not been any length of time, there's still a lot of people talks about him. And he's aware that the talk is in the sense of how they miss him. And he's there in that space that he knows that how much people miss him. And it's for him, he's sending out love and healing, because for him, he has moved on from the ties of the emotion. He's very aware of the love from spirit being able to come through. And that's what's important if you pass that on to your partner and his family. I'm looking at January being significant, and he also wants to bring in a fun fair. January is not the time for a fun fair, but you may know what the fun fair means, because he's just bringing it in and showing the fun and the joy of working, the workings of the fun fair. He also talks about fishing, where he used to love fishing, and it would be freshwater fishing that he would do. So there has to be. He's laughing when he's saying this now. So there's a significance with fun and laughter somewhere along the line there. Okay. I'm with him at the minute. What is it about Scotland tonight too? Oh, Lang Syne. That's the song that's coming in at the minute. And but there is a big significance. Should old acquaintance be forgot? He's never going to worry about being forgot, that's for sure, because he is very much on people's thoughts and mind. I want to leave you with the love of spirit in many ways, Natasha, this evening, because it is about being aware that you're not on your own, and we're not talking about physically, but on a spiritual level, you're not on your own. And that's the time they're the times you really can understand. I always say that if you ask spirit for help, you're far more aware of their help coming in. Because daily life, they're helping, but we don't always be aware because we're in such a rush. So I'll leave you with his love. It was really men's night out tonight. That was the way it went. These things we've no control over, and we can't, there's no, we just go with the flow and whoever comes in. But I'm not sure who comes on, because today has been a very busy day for me, so I haven't read the notes. But join me again next week if you're free, and I'll leave you with the love of the spirit. And whenever you ask, just hand it over. And it's all for the greater good that the answers will come. I'll say good night or good afternoon, wherever you are, and have a lovely week. Until we see you again, take care.